But it is a good thing, because no rainy conditions, we kind of got close to the limit 1.6 in slug. You can probably push it a little bit more, obviously, but not much. Well, let's do. Do I have another calculator anywhere? I can use Google. Okay, so that's a good idea. 2 hours and 15. I didn't drink a single sip. Thank you for that. I totally forgot. Cheers. Oof. That's half cup. Cheers. Okay, so calculator on Google. 6, 16. I don't know. Can you open new tabs when it comes to calculator? Yeah, everything. Plus 516. Netherlands, nice. Good evening to you too. Well, afternoon, well, evening, 8 p.m. We're not that much different. Plus 658. Okay, so we are at 1,790 tons, not counting the weight of this and slug. So yeah, maybe 1.9, 1,900 would be the max, I would say, but 1.8 is pretty safe. Out from hardware. Still not out, but I know this part is not that problematic. Not gaining weight, losing a lot of fuel, but that's not that relevant. Not getting weight, not getting any speed. But yeah, how are you doing, Elite? Also, I wouldn't say this is the first time you're here. Well, for one, it didn't pop up as the first time, but I do remember roughly something like that. Doing fine, thank you. No, not my first time. It's probably been a while, but I do roughly remember the name. Let me check. Okay, not many messages. You did 6 months ago, and before that 5 years ago. Well, 4.5. Not even that. Yeah, roughly 4.5 years ago is the first time you joined me. Talking about F1 race. Yeah, I can see every single message and dates and times. I think if you change your name, I lose that option. I think that's how it works now, but I didn't check that much. Like, if you change the whole account, obviously, but I think all that it takes is change of the name. I think, because I think it's related to your name. Never change it. Cool. Also, I'm not sure does it remember all messages. I know it caps at 999. But I don't know, is that just the number cap or how much it saves? Because who's gonna count, right? I mean, it's not hard, because usually if you go to the first message, it's gonna be like introductory somewhat, so you can kind of tell. But again, who's gonna scroll that much? But yeah, what you been up to? Can't believe you were actually here on the first year I started, 5 years ago, almost. You were not in the beginning, but you were like 6 months since I started streaming, roughly. I have people that occasionally jump in that were here basically on the first days of my start of the stream. But they okay, Alaska jumps occasionally. Benny, I didn't see in it. Very long time. To make it more easy for the streamers, I offer a streamer name Edwin. Oh, well, I don't know. Does that make it easier? Because I mean, for me, it could be okay because I don't have many people visit, and somebody who's often there, I'm gonna remember the name. But just thinking about big streamers, imagine like 500 people offering your name. Sure. But yeah, we usually go from what we see. I would say that, right? I can remember some people's name, but if you're quite often here, I'm gonna remember it. But like, you're gonna be elite frontline game, elite probably for most people. Plus, depends, like, I bet you there is streamers that are really good with names. I tend to remember faces, well, more locations and stuff. Dates, I'm terrible with. Like, I'm really actually terrible with dates. Names, it takes a while. Faces, I tend to remember. Depends how important it is to remember. But I tend to remember faces, but location I remember every single detail about. Like, I went to trip somewhere 5 years later, I can tell you streets. I can't tell you the name of the street I went through, but I can tell you where we walked. Elite, yeah. Most people call me just kidding, not KustJidding. Takes a moment for people to realize that, okay, we can press here. Because from this point, it's not gonna really matter that much, but from when that fills up, green bar to yellow, we can go above 60. We're still full force since beginning, so that's amazing. Usually we wouldn't be able to. Slug is doing his job. 1/4 of the fuel, more than that, went away. But this is the hardest part of the trip, which, I mean, we're still gonna lose a lot. But yeah, this is by far hardest part of the whole trip. I need to back up. I placed this one a little bit too deep. If I'm sitting like this, I can't see the line, so I have to back up. You don't need to see it, but it kind of helps if you see it. You're gonna hear the beep. But it helps you to know when the beep is coming because you can react faster to it. In this case, we're not gonna reach 60, so it doesn't really matter. Because most of the train is still, it's 700-meter long train, so most of the train is still on uphill battle. Over 1.8 tons. We are putting 1,790 tons without counting these two, and they're like 120 something tons each, this and slug. So we are very close to, we're actually probably over 200 tons. But yeah, beautiful. Oh, that's it, yeah. I was like, what's beeping now? But yeah, beautiful train. We got, yeah, still exiting from the tunnel there. Not longest, but maybe the heaviest train thing we ever pulled. If it's not heaviest, it's very close. For me, hardest part is to get out of harbor. Yeah, that's it. There is harder pieces here, 100%. Like, we didn't do many of them since the change, but exit from coal mine east north was one of the hardest thing in the game. Also, there is a couple more hard ones. But now there is other track at the back of a harbor, so I don't have problems anymore. Technically, that track on the back of a harbor is harder than this one. It's bigger incline and it's longer. Well, longer is kind of same, but it stays over 2% more longer. D6 still tricky, yeah. I mean, just about weight. D6 without slug is quite hard. Like, you can't push to that limit that says on a paper. Well, again, that part, I'm showing that way. That part on other side of the harbor, as I said, it's 2%. If you go to the book and you see, where is my 6? It says 1,200, right? And that's 2%. We tried a little bit less than this, somewhat less than this, on exit of the harbor, the other one. I couldn't pull it up because that part is, I think, 2.4, and if it says 2.4, there are parts that are above it, there are parts below. That's like average-ish. Okay, so let's see. We can let it speed up. Up to this point, we should get it to 60 around there. Yeah, we're approaching half fuel, which is scary. Looking at this, we don't have much problem until arrive here. There is a chance we're gonna be on very low fuel when we arrive here, because we're gonna go around the mountain here. I could try to conserve some fuel by lowering this by 1. Because on max throttle is always extremely harsh. We're also going a little bit downhill that I didn't know here. That's a surprise. Tell by this. Small, but downhill. I might even let it go throttle to save fuel here. We take it a little bit slower. I'm gonna do that. For some reason, I have a feeling grip ain't good with D6. DH4 is my favorite. DH4 is by far my favorite train. Like, you can't pull as much, but visibility in it's great. I mean, most of visibility is why I care about it so much. Is it raining? I don't think it's... I mean, there is droplets, but... Okay, I think I'm gonna cut throttle because we're gonna have to go 6 very soon. Exactly my point, yeah. I love... My favorite is... we got it to blue, and I set it up to be like police vehicle. Like, we got the blue and the red lights on it. I set it to look like police vehicle. Police train. Put a little bit brake here. It's not really needed, but just to be safe. Okay, that's enough. 6-2, if it says 6, you can usually do 2 above. I made it once 5 above. On 30, we went 35. I'm gonna have to add more brakes very soon here. Because I think, yeah, after this... Okay, good. After this uphill, there is gonna be downhill. And after that downhill is 5. Which is good, because until we get to the... Yeah, it's downhill. Oh, that's 5. Brake, 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 brake. I thought that was 6 there. See how slow is to spread the brakes? I really thought this was... I'm gonna leave the brakes on. So we have farm, then we have to go all the way to iron mine, then we have to go to foods and factory. We're gonna probably not beat the time for foods and factory because it's quite far and we have 2 stops. Yeah. I'm gonna keep it 5, so we're gonna try to handle the 5 here. Because I know the 5 is turn and it's a very heavy turn. That's one of the biggest, I think it's over 3.5. It's one of the biggest, in this case, decline, but if you're going from the farm this way, it's biggest incline. And it could, like, that's one of the hardest points. If from the farm you're going to harbor or this way. That's one of the biggest inclines. Not the biggest, I think biggest one is still here. But yeah, one of the biggest. There is many places I didn't visit that much, so I don't know exactly, but I'm happy with terrain. So I know the turn is 5. Also, 2 DH4s are quite strong. Okay, I'm gonna break more. Okay, that's too much. I'm gonna let it fall a little bit below 5, which is good. Because here it starts to be hard, and I want to be easier for me to control. It says 3.3. It's gonna hit the limit of 3.5. Okay. Okay, went to 3. Not that bad. But it can be very harsh to climb this. Especially if you're starting from harbor, so you don't have that much speed. It's a short one, though. But still. Okay, so... I'm gonna still keep some brakes on. But yeah, elite. I'm still gonna keep with that. It's gonna take a while. Have you got like all done? Yeah, rain is getting heavy. Look, we are still not decelerating with 2. Because most of the terrain is still on that big downhill. But yeah, I was gonna ask, did you do all the wrecks and stuff? Okay, I'm gonna go check. Just in case if it's empty or not. It's empty, good. Okay, paying attention to this. We need to be decently precise with this. I'm working on that. I had to start all over. Why? Like, update got me in middle of the playthrough. Changed a lot? Yes, it did. That's for sure. Okay, I'm gonna let it go a little bit faster because we got on a tight schedule. Well, I didn't have to start over. Like, was there a bug or something? I mean, to be honest, it saved me that I played a while. I had like 800k when it got. I had to earn money to get them all, but still. Okay, so I need to be careful about this. We need to be quite precise because it's a long one. But I still want to not do it extremely slow. Because I don't want to back up. Oh, full, left it up. I didn't pay attention enough. We might need to back up here. Yeah, we are probably gonna have to back up. It's the brakes. Shit. Let's see how much. Okay, not much. We effed up by 2.5 trailers. Damn it. It's a waste of time, nothing else. I don't like waste of time. Okay, 2.5. Let's say when we get past the sign, I'm gonna brake. Or something like that. Okay. But yeah, I did all the wrecks and everything ages ago. Like a really long time ago. I'm just enjoying the game too much. Okay, I think we break here and check. I think we should be good. We might overshoot it. We did overshoot. No, we didn't. I would push it a little bit more back, just to be safe. I don't want to detach it and then have to do it again. Well, not that. So let's say up to there. I think I'm okay with that. This is like 2-3 minutes wasted because I was not that precise and I knew I had it up. Yeah, that's good. I could set it up to go. Nice, 128 minutes. 62k. Yeah. That would be decent. Not worth it. Ooh. That's nice. Go. You're not going that direction. But yeah, wait. What kind of issue did you have? What was happening when you had to start over? I mean, it's a great game. I don't care as much, I guess, if you start over on a good game. Okay, so I need to go back to calculator and delete the last train that we just left. So now we are 457. I'm gonna count it as 460. 5, so one more. Rain is starting more. Fuel, roughly by the time we accelerate. Oh, I forgot. Could go faster. I need to be a little bit careful because the rain, huh? Don't want to give it too much throttle. Okay, so our next goal is all the way here. So we have a quite a journey ahead of us. We're gonna probably take 30 minutes to get there. There is 2 slow sections. One is actually right here, so I'm not gonna accelerate that much. Actually, no, it's past this, so let's accelerate a bit. There is a turn that's 30, and then through the city west, it's 30. I didn't check that. See? That would be a mistake. Okay, that's good. We are passing through. So after this, there is a 30, and then there is a 30 in the city west. I think it's west. This is going to be a piece that we haven't done in a long time. But yeah, I'm 90% sure that we're not going to make it in time for Wooden Factory. I just wanted to end it there. We're going to easily make it to this city. We're going to have like 20 minutes over. But we're going to be done time-wise once we reach Iron Mine or the Food and Factory bonus. Or something close. Because if this took 28 minutes and we need 55 to get to that, and we have one more location, that's quite far. Okay, So I'm gonna stop the throttle here. Because very soon I think I'm gonna have to brake. I forgot where it is exactly, the 30. But very soon we have a brake here. I know it says 80 and all that. I don't care about it. Because I know... I think here, after this thing here, there is 30. But I forgot. It's been a while. So I'm gonna purposely drive a little bit slower to pay attention to that. Lights up. It's saving some fuel. It's a long journey we have. Actually, I'm gonna cut the throttle here because I'm expecting that's... It's uphill though. Expecting that 30 to be after this. So we're gonna have to brake a lot. Oof. Yeah, that's 30. Switch is good. Good enough. It's down here. Be careful. Hard to explain, but they changed how the trains work. I noticed that I had to handle the brakes in order to... in other way, for example. It didn't feel the same anymore. It is a little bit harder on the brakes. That's for sure. The whole temperature of a brake is much bigger thing now. I never had problem with that. That's for sure. I wouldn't say it's huge. I mean, they did make a huge change with this update, but I can't say I noticed it heavily with the way train works. I mean, sure, this brake cutoff is annoying. It's a good thing, but annoying thing, because I always forget it, but I would say, yeah, it made it in few cases harder, for sure. I have to make sure everything worked as intended by developers, so I had to delete my old save. That's unfortunate. I didn't, I just continued where we stopped. Fun part was, I was in the middle of the stream, I was on end of the stream, and that's supposed to be potentially my last stream of this game. Because we kind of did everything, I drove everything. I was maybe gonna take another stream and think about it, but it's supposed to be my last, potentially my last stream. End of the stream, bunch of people jumping in on my stream and telling me a huge update just hit. B99. Update the game after the stream, next stream we continue, and here we are, how many months after? So I'm not gonna let it accelerate much more, because it's 30 right there. So it doesn't make... I mean, Popo would yell at me. Popo, by the way, I don't know, did you ever get a chance to meet him on a channel? He's not coming here, he has a baby now. I think it's a girl, I forgot. But he's a train driver. Like, train driver, teacher of younger train driver, just new ones. Like, he's really, really into that. His whole family is into this. They all work related to the trains. So he would yell at me, like, when I don't give it throttle where I can. Because I'm slowing somebody down that's behind me, potentially. Did he ever? He was quite often here. Popo is just the beginning of his name. I don't know exactly full name, as I tell. I'm terrible with names. Okay, that's our 30 turn. I'm gonna let a little bit throttle just to keep it at 30-ish. The rain stopped, which is good. Popo is enough, yeah. It's a long name. So I got Pop. I like the name Pop. I told him like at one time in the future I'm gonna have a cat. I'm gonna call it Papa. It's a okay, so we're gonna count this, and that's the moment when we can pass above 30.